Hello technocrats. Electrocast is going to show the second video of IoT, and it is a demonstrative model for the IoT, and you will learn here how could a product could be designed, could be schematic design, how could you prepare your PCB by your own self, and how could you program a hardware, how could you burn the program inside the controller. Here you will learn how could you connect the different connections for the load. Also you will learn here how could you manage and which kind of component should be required for a proper modeling of hardware and different kind of PCBs. So we should have to start our modeling of IoT project, which will be controlled by internet and just optimized by cloud, and that will be shared to a server where you will learn the different kind of things. I hope you will learn here different strategy to prepare the project and to prepare your model. So here we will see the demonstrative model and pushing the button 1, 2, 3, 4 in blink application, and now manually we are pushing 1, 2, 3, 4. We can control both type 1, 2, 3, 4, and status in blink is being appear, as you could watch 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so we can control manually or automatically both. Now we are scrubbing to PCB to remove the dust from the layer of the CCB. CCB stand for the copper clad board, and we are removing using the Scotch Brite to removing the dust of the carbon layer from the PCB layer, so it will be smooth for the better sticking the carbon layer of the PCB printed. And here is our PCB layout printed on the photo paper using the inkjet printer. We can just stick and overlap to CCB and the layout, and now we are wrapping the paper for the taping to the paper with CCB for making the printed circuit board PCB. And now we have wrapped the paper absolutely from four sides. And now this method is a toner technique method. We are just heating and rubbing on the photo paper back side for printing the layout of carbon which is printed in paper. Okay. And now we are removing to the paper. We hope it will be printed. Now amazingly we will watch, is it printed or not? Wow, it is printed. So you could see here we have printed the PCB layout on paper. And now the next process is PCB inching. We are mixing the FeCl3 ferric chloride in the water, little lukewarm water. So we are just moving the tray for better response of the etching process to extract the copper layer of the PCB, and it will be absolutely inch and the whole copper layer will be extracted from the PCB. Now our track will be only remain cause of you are seeing here a little bit the copper has been removed, and etching process is going to complete. A little bit processes remain. Or now it has been done, you could watch here. Okay, and now we are going to use the thinner or petrol to extract the carbon layer from the printed layer of copper layer. Now you could see here amazing shining color of the PCB is being appear as a track of the PCB. Now CCB, copper clad board, has been converted into printed circuit board. Absolutely, this is the process in which we print the circuit on the copper clad board. Now we are washing properly to remove the carbon from the layer. Okay, now you could watch here, you could see a shining layer of the PCB is being appeared here. Okay, okay, next process is drilling. So we are drilling the PCB for connecting to our component for soldering, because all the components are being used are dip components, and now we are drilling each pad carefully because the track should not be infected and it should not be break from the connectivity of the one track to the other track. All holes will be carefully, and when we will use the drill, we should use carefully and hold the drill machine in a proper way. So we can see here the holes are being created for the drilling. Okay, after the drilling we will just set the component, and now we are ensuring is it drilled every pad or not. Here you could see we have drilled, and all the pads has been drilled by drill bit, and we are just going to use this drill for the placing the component. So we are going to show you the component and how the physically that will appear, and according to our schematic we can see here the components are resistor, LED, transistor, relay, node MCU, as well as your connector, single pole, single throw, SPST switches, headers are being used. So how these component will be appear and what will be the function of the component, I will show you. First we have to see the physical appearance of the component. So it is the 1N4007 diode. For the we have used this component in our hardware to block the back EMF produced by the coil of the relay. So you could see here is the cathode and anode, where the white strip will be appear that side, and that band representing to the negative side of diode, and the where the band is far from, that side will show and represent it is an anode, and it is the schematic symbol of the diode. It is the software simulation symbol of the diode, and how a physically look a diode. So it is a SPST, single pole single throw reset switch. It is also called the button. When you set in schematic, you should have to find the button. You will find better option easily. You could select the component, and these 4 pins are representing these faces, and literally these 2 pins are connected to each other, and literally these 2 pins are connected to each other. These 2 pins are not connected to each other. So button we have to use for the manually control of the input signal when the Wi-Fi connection or signal will be lost anyhow, when we will use the manually to control the output which is connected to the load. So it is a 5 mm LED. There is the largest terminal is representing it's the anode, and a small terminal is representing the cathode. And second method is that to recognize the terminal which one is the anode and cathode, the big flag which is representing this part is anode, and a small flag is representing it is the part of the cathode. Means LED के पहचानने के 3 तरीके हैं. There is a thermal things. There is 3 things by which you can recognize the terminal of the LED, light emitting diode. First method is the longest terminal, longest leg of the LED will is positive, and the small leg is cathode. And third one, the method is to recognize using the flag recognition. Small flag is a positive and the big flag is negative, and the third is the cut section by which you can recognize to the LED terminal. So we should have to switch here. It is CCB. CCB stand for the copper clad board, means to which you have to etch before. This is the CCB. After the etching, it is called the PCB, printed circuit board. So our next component is the screw type connector, and this part, the screw is called the retention screw, and this part is called the joining to the retention and the wire instruction. That means these two pins are responsible for to connect, and after the wiring, and we insert the wire in this hole, and after the tightening to the screw, you will be easily to stuck the wire inside your connector. Next one is the BC547, that is a transistor, NPN type transistor that is, and you could see here this is having the 3 terminals, and it is BC547. First terminal is emitter, second is base, and third one is collector. You could easily recognize, make the D in front of you, and first one will be here the collector, base, and emitter. Either you will say that emitter, base, collector. So this is the symbol of the schematic of the NPN transistor. Use that, and the specification is consist. Next one is our relay, and the relay having the 5 terminal. These 2 terminal, this and this one, these 2 terminals are the coil terminal, and this middle terminal is the contact for the common, and the common is directly connected to this terminal, which is NC, normally closed terminal, and this terminal will be as shown as for the normally open terminal, and it is 5 volt DC relay, and it's a coil type, as well as is having the capability to draw the current 10 ampere or the 250 volt AC when we applied, 10 ampere when we 30 volt DC is applied, and 125 volt AC is applied in 10 ampere, 28 volt DC is applied the 10 ampere. So after this one, you will see here it is our major component used for this one. It is node MCU used for this one. It consists some GPIO, general purpose input output pins. You could watch here. This is the GPIO 1, 3, 5, 13, 12, 14, 2, 0, 4, 5, 16, and the user awaken. That means mostly we use this one, and some MOSI, MISO, SCK, reset VCC pins also being used for the programming the control. There are the 6 pins used for the program inside to the programmer. It's the MOSI, MISO, SCK, reset, and VCC pins are. MOSI stand for master out, slave in, MISO stand for master in, slave out, and SCK stand for the serial clock, reset for the reset function, VCC stand for the 3.3 volt, and ground stand for the lowest voltage of the whole board. So it is the some output for the ADC, analog to digital converter pins is also consists. This one is the analog to digital conversion. Some GPIO 10 and 9 are also here. MOSI, MISO, SCK, these pins for the controlling and burn the program inside the controller. It is the micro USB connector. It's a flash reset button, and it's a reset button for the function, and all the aspects is defined here. Here you could watch, it is the module vendor, that means someone have built this one, and ESP8266 module having the antenna. I think it is AI, artificial intelligence, that is representing having to use for the programming and for the connection of the cloud. And ISM, it is the industrial, scientific, and medical frequency. Mostly the hardwares and mostly the Wi-Fi and IoT are working on the frequency of 2.4 gigahertz frequency, which is called the ISM, industrial, scientific, and medical frequency. Is the PA plus 24 dB decibel meter, means is the band of the frequency 802.11 B over GN. That means it is representing 802 model of the and version of the Wi-Fi module, and 11b is the second one. It's defining to the module version, and we can say that it's a function of the module. So these are the some basic pins having, and on the basis of the pin we have to design our schematic. And next one is our component is resistor, and you could see here the chart which is representing how could you calculate to the resistors value. We have implemented 220 ohm resistor value as well as 1k resistor value. So these are the basic components used in your project, to which we have defined here in series. In next one, when we will make the whole series on the different courses, you will learn each component in broad level from basic to a specialization level. Okay, we have to switch to next step of our model, and we are going to fix the component for the soldering. And now it is I'm just fixing to the relay, 5 volt DC relay, 4 output we are using to the 220 volt load. That's why we are using 4 relay. As much as the output required, you should have to place as much as relay. So this element and screw type connector we are placing for the NO, NC and common contacts. We are just placing 4 element, and it is the header female, and we are just connecting to this one. And now we are going to solder. In the soldering we are using soldering wire, which is the combination of the lead and tin wire. So we should be careful when we hold the PCB, and we should be most careful when we are going to use the soldering iron, because the temperature of the soldering iron become within a 5 minutes approximately to 120 to 150 degrees Celsius to melt the soldering wire, and it is the mixture of the tin and lead. So we have to solder first to the bigger of pads, then we have to be so careful about the soldering to the tiny pads in the PCB. We should be careful, there shouldn't be any kind of path shorted for it, otherwise the PCB will be in short circuit condition, and the component may break. Your controller may be in the trouble problem mode. So we should have to fix each pad and each terminal of the component properly and carefully. We should be careful about the shorting of the 2 terminal of any component. So a little bit professionalism required for the soldering. You should use practice for the soldering, and then you will feel you are getting the perfection in soldering. Okay, so carefully you have to use. And after soldering, which is being appear a best soldering of the component on the PCB. Now we are fixing to our controller node MCU for the process to the output and input from cloud to blink, and from blink to our triggered output. Your model. So I'm going to show you the schematic of your project, of your model. Here you could watch a software used for design is EasyEDA, which is specially designed for the schematic as well as used for the designing of layout of PCB, as well as you could watch here the 3D model of your project. Now you could see here it's a EasyEDA platform, and it is login by my ID. Later we will show you how could you prepare your ID on this platform. So there is the schematic and sheet where you will see here the schematic is, and the schematic consists some components such as 4 DP/DT switch and It's a simple, you could say that it's a push button. Here is the element, it's a screw type connector. Some headers are here, and you could see here it's a resistor of 1 kilo ohm for the indication of the power, and there's the LED. This controller is, you could watch here, it's a node MCU which consists one analog button and 15 digital buttons having some D0 to D8 as well as RxTx for UART pin, universal synchronous asynchronous receiver transmitter pin, as well as here 3.3 volt is also provided by the controller to you, and we could use to the 5 volt as well as for the input, and it consists the different later I will show you what are the different components used in the controller, and I will describe all the components which is going to use. So you could see here 4 transistors with the BC547 transistors are here connected for switch the relay, means the transistors are being like a switch for the receiving control signal from the controller to switch the relay, and relay is of 5 volt. Here you could watch relay consists the 5 pin, 2 pins are the coil pin and 3 pins are, 1 pin is common and other 2 pins is the NO and NC, normally open and normally close. Here is the 3 pin relement, you could say the screw type connector. It's a resistor, and which relay and which transistor is being switched, for that indicator we are using here a LED. And you could watch here 1N448 diode is being used for control the back EMF produced by the coil of relay. So different components are being used for the sophisticated schematic. You could watch here, you could see, and you could put here your logo at which you are working, your sheet numbers is being, your company should be here mentioned. You could see here who has been drawn and when it has been drawn. That means everything you could watch here related to your schematic. So designing of a schematic will be described later in whole series when I will teach you about the circuit designing. Here a series you will found a circuit designing, and the classes are being start from Monday, means from tomorrow you could say. So you could join there and you have to learn. It's a learning platform, and we are Electrocus is welcoming you, and Electrocus is saying that most welcome on our platform to learn. It's a sophisticated platform where you will receive different kind of series of tutorials like embedded system, IoT, machine learning, artificial intelligence, circuit designing, PLC and SCADA, RLC and design drafting, switch gear and protection, AutoCAD electrical, civil and mechanical. Different series you could find here and you could learn properly here. So we have to start to the showing how good a schematic will be. Here we have designed the schematic of this project, and after that you could see here it is a layout design for the PCB, and you could see here there is a logo implemented here, different kind of things, and we have push here a logo and putting down. That's why you could see here it's a pads. These are called the pads where the your drill will be hole to the for the placing the component, and it is the 5 pins of the relay. Physically how could a relay will be implemented and implant inside it, and how could buttons for switches are here you could watch, and the resistors are here, 4 transistors are here, 4 LED for the indicator, and for the managing the voltage drop for the LED is being 4 resistor having some, it's playing major role. So I want to say here, you could design a schematic first, then switch on that one. When you will switch here, a schematic will be switched, means suppose you will go from here and convert to PCB. You could see, you could watch here, we are just converting the schematic into the layout. So you could watch, here are the different components, like having some different routes, having some different connections. These are, so when you will solve the routing problem, you will place the component at a different place. You will find a sophisticated, a simple layout of the component. So when you solve the routing problem, and when you will just put the component at the right place and you will design, you will find that it will look like this one. This one you could watch, this is the just modified and the final layout of this schematic. So you could watch here, this is the schematic, and there is the some solved layout. After this one, you could watch how your PCB will look like in 3D model. You could go in the photo view. You could see here, it is the photo view of your model of your designed PCB. There is the 4 buttons and these are, but it is not a 3D model, it is a photo view. So if you want to go to convert the 3D model, you should have to go in PCB layout and just convert it into 3D modeling, where you will find the 3D modeling will look like this one. Your PCB, after the preparation, you will see in here, this will be a final size of the PCB. You could also measure the size of the PCB here. There is a different tool. When I will teach you the circuit designing, then you will learn how could you use all kind of parameters here. So you could see here, just I am showing you the size of the PCB what will be. Okay, so you could watch here, I'm just showing 4 point some millimeter. There is a, you could set the scale of this one. I am going to show in inch. That is, when you are selecting the layout and you are going to measure the component and the PCB side, you find 4.59 inch. That means approximately 4.6 inch is here, and horizontally, and you could watch here a vertical, the width of this PCB. The width of the PCB will be 2.7. It means 2.7, and the length of the PCB will be the length of the PCB will be 4.6 inches, and the width of the PCB will be 2.75 inches. That means you could measure the length as well as width of the PCB. And it is the 3D model of your project. You could see here different kind of component, different kind of logo as well as images, pictures you could implement here for the better output. After this one, I want to show you how the things will be programmed and how the hardware will be programmed for this one. Okay, so for the programming purpose, we have to use the Arduino as a platform where you could program to the implemented libraries controller. Okay, I am going to show you the code. Here you could see here a code is written on the Arduino for the Node MCU. It is the board Node MCU used in the model. So first we have to define the blink underscore print serial. That means when we are going to print at the serial monitor, we should use to the has defined. That means it will respond to the baud value, and it is the header file for the Wi-Fi module, ESP8266 Wi-Fi module, and this header file is used for the connectivity of the controller to the Blink, and it is the DNS, domain name system header file, which is provide the Wi-Fi connectivity to your module, and it is Wi-Fi UDP, means it is connected to the user datagram protocol dot header file, and it is an OTA.h header file. It will over to air respond for the MQTT and HTTP protocols. As we have discussed in previous lecture, what is MQTT and HTTP? MQTT stand for the message queuing telemetry transport, and HTTP stand for hypertext transfer protocol. We know the MQTT respond to the conveying the message through the device to the server as a publisher, and it is responding from the cloud to your device will be as a subscriber. So there is the security also, and which is led by HTTP hypertext transfer protocol. So there will be the Blink timer, because we are going to use the timer function in the code, and it is used for the checking the physical button it is implemented or working or not. So we have designed the model on the basis of your hardware and design. You could have to set your code, and you could have to set your instruction in the code and program the hardware. So there is the int, variable data type are the integer type, float type, double, char, different type of data. When I will teach you in the coding, you will learn all kind of aspects there. So initially we have set the low, and the push button state is the high, and when we set to the second one as a low, and state button will be set to the high, and relay will be set to the low as the push button is set to the high. And we have to define three things for your project to connect the cloud. And first one is that your authorization code will be provided of the Blink or the server to which you are using, or the cloud to which you are using, that will connect to your hardware via Wi-Fi through the MQTT and HTTP protocol using to the DNS and UDP functions. So we have to select here when you prepare the when you configure, as we have to show in the video, when you prepare and configure to your hardware as well as to your software for the connectivity through the Blink, when we have to download a Blink software and create your ID on that platform. Then you should have to configure. We have to show you how could you configure into the Blink, and when you will start to the configuration, it will send the authorization code that will be sent to your mail. You could see here the mail ID is here of the Electrocus, and this will be the authorization code. I am going to copy this one from here and going to paste here to the authorization code, and that will be after we have it is required the SSID. SSID stands for subscriber said identifier. It is the name of your Wi-Fi network to which Wi-Fi you are going to connect your Node MCU. This name will show that. So we have our name of the Wi-Fi network is that one, and here you have to write a password for the connectivity of your module to the hardware, to the network. Okay, and it is the server name of the Blink at the cloud.com. You have to define the cloud, and it is the 8442 port. Means 80 ports are also aware, 8442 is also aware. It is the different that when I will teach you the series of the networking, you will see here when we discuss the port 80 port means 80 port will be considerable for the HTTPS protocol, and 8442 is also responded for the HTTP protocol, means secure protocol or not secure protocol. So we have to define which port will be considerable for the exchanging the data from the subscriber to cloud, and cloud to client, and client to subscriber. So we should have to define some pin to which we are going to use, means these are the GPIO pins, general purpose input output pins of the node MCU we have to define. There is the D6 is the node MCU, and there is the 16 D0 is the node MCU's D0 data pin, and it is a D2 used for the digital output pins, and there is the D1 is also set to the pin. So we have to define to which pin you are going to take an output or input. And there is the also 4 buttons, means we have selected to 4 button for the input and 4 relay for the output. So we will send the signal from the button to controller, and that controller will on the basis of the logic and program, it will send the defined pin of the output, and the transistor will switch. Cause of the switching of the transistor, the relay will switch, and the contact from normally open to normally close, that will be shifted. So we have to here define V12, V13, V14 and V15. We are using here the virtual pin of the node MCU. So there is the 2 type of the pins are available in the Blink Cloud, the virtual and digital as well as analog. The 3 aspects are you could find here. So which kind of function of the pins you have to use, you should have to define. And there is the name where the authentication code you should have to receive, and the home automation name is defined here for your project. And there is the pin configuration defined, virtual pin synchronized to the Blink Cloud 1 2 3 4. That means 4 virtual pins are being connected for the cloud responsibility for the Blink. And we have to define the relay state first. With the relay state means is it responsible for the pre-switching or after the switching, it is considerable. So when I will teach you the stuff from the very beginning of the coding in our series, you will be able to learn all the syntax and all kind of functions used for the controllers program. You will be easily learn. So from one day we are starting our series, you should have to join there and you should have to learn there. There is the Blink write pin, means to which we are going to program for the relay state, and this is the 4 relay we are using. So we have to define pre-state of the relays for the switching or non-switching purpose. There is the void check and physical button, means this function will use for the checking is it the button switching or not. So initially we are going to set the low value, and if the push button state will not equal to the low, it will switch, means the signal is being received, either that will be the low or that will be the high. So when the function will start, it will state to set the in low state, and after when we will send the signal from the button or from the Blink Cloud, that will switch to itself and it's provided an output, and else it will be the high. And we have implemented here for the condition for the button 2, initially it is the high. If it is not equal to the high, button will send the signal for the node MCU, and there will be switched to the transistor, and cause of the switching the transistor, relay will be switched. So it is the phenomena and the instruction for this. And you could see here we have used the 4 relay, that why we are using the 4 relay and 4 button and a comparison to each other. Here is the baud value for the printing the serial monitor display. I will show you what is the serial monitor and how could you just copy the IP address for the location and for your project. So we have authentication code as well as Wi-Fi SSID subscriber set identifier, and there is the password you have to set for the Blink out.8442 port, and for the OTA function from over to air function we have used, and this is the basic function. And pin mode, it will be the 3 as an output and 3 will be the input for the button. So virtually the button is being connected for the input purpose and relay is going connected for the output purpose for the controller. So this is the absolute, we have written the program and just make a sophisticated program, and it is working in. And if you want to, you could have to note down and you could see here the different programs are. Now after that we have to for the program, upload the program inside the Node MCU. First we have to select the board, because board is the ESP12E. We have to select the port. After that we have select the port which is showing here, and communication port is 6. And after this one you should have to upload the program. And when you will upload the program, the light for this one you will see here, it will start to blinking when it's going to upload program. The program is being compiled and checked by this one. You could see here the light is being blinking, means the program is being uploaded. If any kind of error will not be exist in this program or in this written instructions, the program will be uploaded, otherwise it will show a error. So we should have to see here, we have checked the your program, it shouldn't be any error. And you could see here the program has been uploaded. After the uploading the program, you could see here it's a status at the upload. After uploading we have to switch to serial monitor for showing that is it connected to or not, and it is showing a library. You could see here I am going to push the button reset. You could see the screen, I am pushing the button. You could see here a blink function is being for the Node MCU, and the ping 89 millisecond means for connectivity of the router to the module is 89 millisecond for the connection. And you could see here it is the IP address of this module which is connected to the Wi-Fi. It is the class C IP address. Means when we will prepare the series on networking, you will find there all the networking aspects will be covered, either to the MAC address, IP as a physical address or logical address. These will be very beneficial for you. So we have concluded to our demonstration and video. I hope you have to learn here lot of things regarding to the preparation of the project, and regarding to how did you prepare the PCB, how could you create an environment for the IoT, and which kind of softwares and which kind of programming methodology is required for the IoT. Our intention is that to enhance the technical skills of the technical student, and they must have to optimize their knowledge, they must have to utilize their technical platform for better future and for better grasping the knowledge in technical field. So I hope you will be connected to the Electrocus and learn a lot of things regarding to your career and regarding to the technology. Our intention is only that where the platform is applying the different kind of series of the video, you should have to be connected to Electrocus and just grab the opportunity, and we hope you will be connected to Electrocus. Thank you.